Hi friends, so I'm back with my new video, and in today's video we'll learn that how we can insert a document in MongoDB. So basically I'm creating this video based on the input I received from one of the user. So he actually suggested that he was looking for a video where we can understand all the nitty-gritties and how we can create a document in the MongoDB. So friends, here if you see that I have already created account in Mongo Cloud, that is Atlas, and this is the wizard which you will get once you enable, or you can say you can start your cluster. So here if you see, I have whitelisted my IP and created one user, a database user. The next thing which we need to do is you can simply go to this website and you can create your own account, and it is a wizard base. You will not be facing any kind of problem. So next thing is we need to select the connection. So I have selected connection. Here we have selected driver as Go, and the version would be greater than 1.6. So this is the code which we need to copy. So I have copied this code, and the next thing which we need to do is we need to, so in my previous video I already explained that what the code is all about. So basically all the baby steps I explained. Next thing which we need to do is we can create a new function. So again we'll start with func MongoDB insert, and then inside this we'll paste this complete information. So here we have got this information option. So for that what we need to do is we actually have to import this driver. So we can simply copy here and then go get. So now drivers has been successfully imported, and errors which we were getting previously has also been removed. Now only this single error we are getting because we have defined this variable and we are not using anywhere. In Go, this is one of the very plus point I would say, that if in case you have defined any variable, till the time you don't use that variable anywhere, it will keep on giving you the error. So idea is that you should not be having any variable in your code which has not been used anywhere. This first line will create a connection, and this will make the connection alive for 10 seconds. I have mentioned as 10 time.second. And this will establish the complete connection, that is. So once this part is done, the next thing which we need to do is we need to basically connect with some database. So how we can do that? We can simply write database equals to, so here we have defined this client, so we'll be using client.database, and within bracket we can mention as tech-cody. Next thing which we need to define is we need to define the collection name, that is a table. So Jira collection and database dot collection, and then within bracket we can say we need to create a new collection as table. So this part is done. Now the next thing which we need to do is we need to write a function, basically code, which will be using all these information and will be inserting the data in cloud database. For that what we can do is insert result, then error handling, and so here we need to mention as Jira collection dot insert 1, and then we need to mention this ctx comma, and then basically we need to attach some variable which will be carrying the complete information or the JSON object which we need to insert. So for timing I'm putting this as body, and here what we can do is we can define reference here, and then we also have to mention that what would be the type, whether it would be a string or it would be, I mean whatever the way you want to define. So let's keep it as it is, and then let's continue to do the error handling. If err is not equals to nil, then log dot fatal and error. So this part is done. Now the next thing which we need to do is we can print the, so insert result dot id. So what this piece of code would be doing is it will print the insert ID which would be generated after inserting the database. You can say the primary key on the terminal. So this part is done. Now let's insert these two particular values in the MongoDB. So the very first thing which we need to do is we need to define a struct. So let's create one struct, type Jira key struct. You can put any name as per your convenience or as per your business use case. So what I'm doing is I'm inserting Jira key and the history key. So I'm just putting a name as Jira key, and then within bracket so Jira ID, first thing which we'll be inserting, so it is string, and then history, and again it is I'm putting as string. So this part is done. So it will insert two information which we can see from here. Now the next thing which we need to do is we need to write the code which will actually be generating the JSON object. So Jira JSON, and we can directly pass on this information to this function. So this is done. Now we are not getting any error. Now let's quickly execute and see that whether our code is working absolutely fine or not. So just to re-summarize, we have made two changes. First is we have removed this colons. Second is we have put it the reference of the struct which we have defined at the start. Now if you see that on the hover also we are getting this information. Now let's execute this code. Yes. So finally we are able to execute this code, and it is actually giving expected response. Now let's go to the Atlas Mongo and see inside the collection. Let's refresh this. So now if you see that we are getting the expected response here also. So Jira ID is successfully inserted and history ID is also inserted. So this way you can actually find your own structure and you can perform this insert operation, and this is gonna take some time. So this is how you can actually receive the data from the JSON response, and as per your own structure you can define and you can insert that structure in the MongoDB. So in case you find this video useful, please don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that whatever the video I'll be publishing, it should be visible on your dashboard. Thank you.